Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are still working on our economy, that's for sure. We've got a lot of work to do on that. You want to become a march? No, we'll decline that for now. Our economy is more important. Ooh, we're losing another stability here. Oof, just instantly. Okay, well, the economy, fools. Fantastic. We will go ahead and boost that back up when we can, but we can't for a while. Our religious unity is improving, but it's not great. That's for sure. No wonder we have mutinies. Yeah, we really need to work on our corruption. There's no doubt about it. For right now, I would like to root out a little bit more corruption, but more than anything, we just need more cash. We need to pay off this loan. It's 95 ducats, not including interest. That comes due in 4 years, so we should assume there's a fair amount of interest there. So it's probably closer to 98 ducats. So we're going to need a fair number of ducks. That's for sure. We could go after these guys. That is an option. However, I do think that getting our religious unity up would be very important. Unfortunately, our missionary strength is quite low. There's not a lot we can do on that front. Let's see, we need stability at least 1 to encourage divination. And we need stability at least 1 for religious sacrifices as well. So yeah, I mean, neither of those are too important here. This one would be the one we'd really want, but we need stability at least 2 for that. At the rate we've been losing stability, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Of course, the reason that we're losing stability so much is because our corruption is super high. There's no doubt about that. That is absolutely the reason. We are up to 92 gold, and this 0.39 gold per month that we're spending on interest right now, that is going to go into rooting out corruption as soon as we can. That's for sure. Now, how long on our cooldown to ask for ducks from Korea? Can do it again on 8 January 1534. So what is our favors going to look like then? I kind of doubt that we're going to have enough to request from Korea. We'll see. We will see. 5 prestige, that sounds good to me. So we will certainly go ahead and do that. We're up to 94 gold per month right now. Per month. I wish we were at 94 gold per month. That would make things a lot easier if we were at 94 gold per month, for sure. Now, I wouldn't necessarily mind attacking Korshan if they weren't allied with Oirat. That said, we have Korea on our side. Hypothetically, Korea would not join and we would need 10 favors for it. Ming would also join. And of course they would, because Korshan is a tributary. Yes. So that's just plain not an option. If Korea declares on Korshan and calls us in, then we could maybe get something out of it. But for right now, we can't really expand this way any further. So this is what it is. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're at 95 ducats right now, and we would love to repay this loan just as soon as we can. Our heir is now a navigator. Okay, sure. And I really do want to repay this loan. Any moment now, we're going to be able to. Any moment now. Not this month. We do get an exploration idea. Colonial range isn't that important, but we'll go ahead and grab it. That also gets us fort defense, which is also not very important. However, goods produced is pretty good. That's for sure. Now we could boost our stability back up, and let's go ahead and do so. We don't want our stability to be as low as it was, because that is, of course, costing us in the interest category, as well as some other categories. We'll be able to repay this loan very soon, and we'll essentially double our income at that point. That's going to immediately go into rooting out of corruption, of course. So we'll repay this just as soon as we can. I was really hoping we'd be able to do it by now. Sadly, we are not yet able to do this. Any moment now. We're at 99. This was 95 gold. So we should be able to do this very soon. We're now at 100 gold. Okay, there we go. 99.74. Okay, so we'll get rid of that, and that gold will immediately go into rooting out of corruption. I do want to be making about half a ducat per month. So we'll do something like this. We are rooting out corruption a little bit. It's not nearly as much as I would like. How long until this colony is done? Well, that's going to be a while. We're not even halfway there yet. We lost some local goods production, but there's a conversion finishing up. Now that is a big deal. That brings us up to 30% religious unity, so that's something. We can continue to convert if we wanted to, or... Why did we lose income? We should have gained income from that, because that was costing us 0.2 something per month. That's strange. Okay. Well, apparently we lost income, so if that's the case, if we're getting profit from this, we might want to do this. 0.21 per month, so we kind of expect to be negative here. But we're not. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this settlement is going to take a while to make, and we aren't really capable of doing this right now. We do need to get rid of this colonial maintenance as soon as possible. We need to allow this to fill up, but for the time being, this is quite important. Now, I would like to consider declaring war on someone to make some money, but who would we go for? Mongolia? That'd be a little weird. We do get Miltech 8, which is nice. That is, of course, very important. Our corruption is now growing because of unbalanced research, and that means that we're going to have to get Diptech 5 here. And we'll have enough power to do it in August of 1542. Okay. Well, that means that we're going to have unbalanced research for quite a long time. That's unfortunate, for sure. That said, we could get Renaissance between now and then. It's embraced in one of 32 provinces, totaling 5.5% of our development. It's spreading over here, 70% there, 91% here. We're going to have it quite soon. But we also dip negative in our income right now. That's really, really unfortunate. Okay. Well, we're going to have to root out less corruption. And that means our corruption is growing. We'll sit right about here. I mean, our corruption was growing anyway. We could drop our colonial maintenance, and that might be somewhat worthwhile. Go to like minus 50 per year. It's not great, for sure. But that would allow us to root out more corruption and not have our corruption be growing. That is important. So we'll go ahead and do that. I would also very much like to get some Diptech here. Japanese tea culture. Okay, sure. I do think that we should maybe think about getting an advisor. I mean, they are expensive. There's no doubt about it. National tax modifier of 10%. That would get us 0.49 tax per month. This guy would not pay for himself. And production efficiency is not really what we're looking for either. Land maintenance modifier of minus 10%. With our maintenance up, that would probably be worthwhile, but while we're at peace, it would not be. Okay. Good to know. Well, we just need to work on digging ourselves out of this hole. That's all there is to it. And we definitely will do so. Diptech 6 will be important. And we'll need to grab Admin Tech 6 soon enough as well, or rather Admin Tech 7. But I would very much like to get Renaissance. So we're at 95.55% here. Colonialism is starting to spread down this way as well. That's also very good. So how much will it cost to embrace? Well, it's going to be fairly expensive. We will likely have to either debase or go into debt to do it. But that's probably worthwhile. Zhenzhou is building a spy network. That's unsurprising. We are at 29% here, but 96% here. That's what's important. That will get spread very soon, and the question is, how much development is that? It might be enough. It's 7 instead of 9. It might be enough to allow us to adopt it. Certainly, with this province, it would be enough. There's no doubt about that. So 98.35, 95.24. That is progressing nicely. We are dropping our corruption very, very slightly. We could lose a stability or gain a corruption again. Oof. We'll lose the stability, but I'm really unhappy about all this stability loss. We've been rolling kind of poorly on that. To be fair, our corruption needs to be dealt with. I was hoping that taking this territory would get us more income than it has, in all honesty. It's not gotten us much. That said... Oh, diplomatic power. Yes, please. That said, our autonomy hasn't dropped out here yet. So we do need to continue to wait on that. But I would prefer it if this got us a little bit more in terms of income. That's for sure. We don't know what is in this uncolonized land up here, but we do need to work on that. So let's take a look at our income here. We're making 0.45. I'm going to drop it down to 0.2. I want to be rooting out more corruption. We want to root out all of the corruption, but we kind of can't afford to. We're very stifled economically. There's no doubt about that. I wonder about attacking Ashikaga. Or rather, Hosokawa. We would have to get a CB. But hypothetically, if Korea were to join, which they currently will not. Yeah, they're not interested in land there. Are they still rivaled to Hosokawa? They are. Well, actually, Hosokawa is rivaled to them. They are not rivaled to Hosokawa. Okay. Well, how strong is Hosokawa? They're Miltech 10, and they have 50,000 troops. Okay. Well, we just don't have the economy to compete with that. That said, it might be okay. Prestige per development from missionary. Ship trade power propagation. We're going to take that. Since we are working on some ship trade power propagation. Okay. That'll be fine. When are we going to get our diptech? It's now down to January of 1542. How are things going here? So we could now embrace this institution. It would cost us 400 ducats. That's a lot of ducats. There's no doubt about that. We can trade favors with Korea for ducats, and that's something that I'm going to do. They'll give us 91 gold. That will hopefully be enough to allow us to construct a building. We need 107. It's very close. So we would need to construct this building here. Nanai is offering us knowledge sharing. That's actually worth the 0.76 gold, I think. Let's check here. It's already spreading there, but it would be 1% growth per month. Done. We're going to let this continue to spread for the moment. And we're negative in cash. Right, because of the knowledge scaring. Scaring? The knowledge scaring. It is scary, no doubt about that. Rooting out corruption is so expensive. Okay, so we're going to bring this to be about here. That is, our corruption is growing right now, which is unfortunate. Our religious unity will improve, so that will help. We do need to deal with that unbalanced research. That is very, very, very important. Okay. Can we stop knowledge sharing at any time, I wonder? Let's see here. Or is it just, it is what it is? I think it just is what it is. Okay. Well, we're up to 37.95. Wow, that's going up by like 4% per month in our capital. That's insane. Okay. Nanai is still trying to become a march. We absolutely can't afford that at this time. We need to find someone to fight. What if we were to fight Oirat? We'd need Korea's help, for sure. I'm interested potentially in supporting the independence of Mongolia if they're still hackering against Uzbek. Okay. Mongolia, are you still interested in becoming independent? Yes, but you need a positive opinion of us. Okay. We'll go ahead and confirm this. I'm interested in expanding into Mongolia at this point, I think. We don't want to lose dip power. I don't want to lose mercantilism either, but here we are. Dip power is absolutely the last thing we want to lose right now. Okay. Development here is pretty decent. Okay, we can continue to convert to animist, and so we shall. We definitely want to bring down bring up our religious unity. That is, of course, very important. There's a lot of things that we need right now, and we have a lot of irons in the fire. A global settler increase of plus 10 helps us a lot. That now means this is minus 60 per year instead of minus 100, but you can see this is not really progressed at all. So that is sad. I mean, we could abandon this colony, or do a trade company instead, but I don't think so. We could abandon the colony. But I don't necessarily think that's a great idea either. Take this to minus 40 per year, like that. Something along those lines. We're losing settlers pretty quickly. Yeah, they're just not into it. I mean, in part it's because it's Arctic, but it's mostly just our economy. Our economy is garbage. Absolute garbage. Solon just rivaled us. Okay. We're going to go after Solon. That's going to be a thing that we're going to do. And we're going to improve relations with Mongolia. Eventually, we will support their independence. In fact, they would now be willing to accept that support. So we're going to stop the relations here. And we're going to support their independence. Now, I don't think... It's supported by Shagatai? Okay. So we would not be fighting Oirat on our own. Cool. We'll go ahead and support that independence. And we're building a spy network in Solon. We are absolutely going to need to take them over as quickly as possible. We don't want to be on this side, though. We're going to walk around here so that we don't have this river crossing. That'll be fairly important. And I do really, really want to get this structure built. We're not making much money right now. I'm going to root out a little bit less corruption. Yeah, our corruption is going to grow. In fact, we're going to stop rooting out corruption altogether right now. I'm not happy about it, but we'll do it. And we'll put a little bit into our army maintenance for the time being. Okay, so we're making half a ducat per month. We will be able to figure that out soon enough. We absolutely cannot send them to Stanovoy. That is not going to be a thing. We're going to have to send them to Jugger. That does put us at 626 settlers. And that's continuing to drop off. That's expected. We're at 106 gold right now. We're going to be able to build this workshop very shortly. I think next month? Yes. So that'll make us an extra 0.11 gold per month. That is important, and we'll get that done. We're just trying to get scraps of economy right now. That is our current goal. Scraps of economy. And when are we going to be able to get this diptech? Did I spend diplomatic power on something? I believe I did, didn't I? I spent it on Land of Opportunity. I'm dumb. I shouldn't have done that. We needed to get Diptech 6. It's entirely my own fault. Entirely my own fault. So let's take a quick look at how much this would cost now. It is down to 325 gold. So that's better. I mean, we have Renaissance spreading in a lot of our territories now. It's spreading here very swiftly. And our diplomatic expenses are still there, even though it's fully spread in our capital. Okay. Just wanted to double check that. We're going to get a government reform very, very soon here. October of 1542. That's good. We're almost done with our spy network, so for the time being, we should crank up our army maintenance. And this is going to actually hurt us quite a lot in terms of our finances. For the time being, we are going to turn down our colonial maintenance. And maybe even our missionary maintenance. Yeah. This is still going to hurt a lot. And another 100 population in Jugger. That is very, very useful for us. Colonialism appeared in Yaren. That's fine. And we're almost certainly going to need to take a loan here. But we'll go ahead and do that. So there's a loan. And we're going to declare this war approximately now. If we went in here, we'd arrive on 29 April. Now we'll go ahead and declare this war. So we will grab ourselves a claim. And we do expect that Heishi is going to defend them. They're going to break their alliance with us. That's okay. Korea would not join this, and that's fine. We don't need them to. Heishi is Miltech 11 to our Miltech 8. Oh, that's a problem. They have 10,000 troops. Solon is Miltech 7. So we can eliminate their troops very quickly. We're also going to need a general here. Okay. Heishi's Miltech is tough. We need 50 favors to get them to break an alliance. We have 34 right now. If we were to ask them to prepare for war for 10 favors, what exactly would that do? If they're prepared for war, would that change what they're willing to do here? We're going to need to wait, of course, for this to come back. Yeah, they're allied to the enemy. And how many reasons do they have for this? 15 reasons. Attitude towards enemies, minus 20. Okay. And we can't repeatedly do this, correct? Well, actually, we would want to reduce opinion, specifically. And we'd want to reduce opinion of Solon. By minus 100. Done. Okay, so that's quite a lot, for sure. They would no longer do this. Did they break their alliance? They did. Okay, that's perfect. So we declare on Solon then. Done. In we go. And our leader didn't get assigned here, but there we go. 2 shock pips, 2 maneuver. Not great. But in we go. And we did not stack wipe them, but that's okay. We're going to shift consolidate. We will leave behind these guys here, and then we'll leave behind, like, these units as well as the cannons. Not the samurai cavalry, the cannons. These guys, they're going to head up over... Oh, that's awkward. They're going to head up over this way and just make sure that they don't come back. Do you have siege pips? Oh, we don't have sufficient troops here. That would have been a good thing to pay attention to. We'll send another 2,000 over because this must be a 6K? 11K. Oh, okay. In that case, we'll just basically send everybody back. That's a high level fort. Okay. We'll just chill here then. This is fine. So we are looting this area. That will offset our cost a little bit, but we're still pretty negative in our cost. Heishi wants military access. What do you want that for? I don't know. Why would you want that? Sure. It'll get us opinion with them, I guess. Do we have siege pips? No, we don't. Okay. So we're just going to settle in for this siege. We're 3% war score just from that battle. But that's fine. Okay, are we fully looted here? Yes, we are. Okay. We'll lose 2,000 manpower. I'm okay with this. So they're on their way back. We can't easily get up over here without finishing our siege. We'll see what they're going to do. 0% on the siege now. Good progress there. Man, our treasury is draining super fast. No doubt about that one. Okay. So they're going to siege up over here. That's fine. We actually won the siege, so the war is over. Let's go ahead and not send this demand. We're going to grab this. We're going to grab all of their gold, which is only 20. Yikes. Okay. There we go. Now, their troops are still up over here, which is sad. We are going to need to get rid of this fort. This does have a temple in it, so that's great. We're going to core this as well. And up we go. Our knowledge sharing was terminated. That's fantastic. Diplomatic power or stability? 100 diplomatic power is cheaper here. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So, I mean, our corruption is getting worse. There's no doubt about that. But we're going to eliminate this force. Take this back. There we go. And now we can drop our army maintenance back down. And our missionary maintenance goes back up, as well as our colonial maintenance. Actually can go up to full for right now. And rooting out of corruption, we can actually have that full for the time being as well. So at this point, we could form an advanced tribe. We could reform into a monarchy. The government rank duchy gives no benefits. We could reform into a republic, which would give us 10% more tax modifier and manpower modifier. We could go into a theocracy, or we could become a horde. I think we'll go for a republic here. Done. So we are now a republic, and we could become an oligarchy for more taxes. We could become a plutocracy for an additional merchant, but we don't have any trade nodes we can get to. So I don't think that's useful. Or we could become a aristocratic setup here for more absolutism. We're going to go, I think, for the national tax modifier. That is incredibly important. So we could keep this guy, 411, 141, 114. The current leader is actually better. So we'll go ahead and take that. Okay. These guys, they can actually park here. And if they're going to park there, we may want to swap over to native repression policy. Or just sit at native trading policy. Oh, that'll lower our stability. Okay, never mind. I don't want to lower our stability right now. Okay, in that case, we'll just move back over here. Man, this is tough. There's no doubt about that. Our knowledge sharing is over, though, and the question is, when exactly can we actually do this? 334 gold now? Yeah, that's still a lot. We're not going to root out this much corruption. That's obvious. We're going to need to sit back over this way, but even this is negative, and that's because our colonial maintenance is quite high. We're going to bump this down to like 1.5. Actually, let's have this be like at 10. So like here, 1.3. And we'll need to root out a little less corruption, but I don't like doing that. Maybe we'll just sit like here. We need to root out corruption. Our overextension is a problem. Our unbalanced research is absolutely a problem. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about potentially getting something out of Mongolia, ideally. I mean, we're going to have to get them independent first, but we'll see how that goes. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.